Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome back to my channel. This is quite an impulsive video. I wasn't planning on making this as soon as I am, but it needs to be said. I'm not going to be doing a lot of editing on this video because I want to get it out as soon as possible as it is hot topic news. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for the support on the first video. It does mean so much to me. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. Press like, and if you haven't already, make sure you do so. But yeah, a lot of the tension is relieved now. I'm a lot more comfortable on camera because when I was first recording, I was absolutely bricking it. So, with all of that out the way, let's talk about what's been happening in the stock market. Before I get into it, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and for legal reasons I do have to state this. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so for everyone that doesn't know and that has been living under a rock recently, the stock market has been going crazy. I'm going to give you a brief little rundown of exactly what's happening and why it's happening. You've probably heard the words GameStop, Wallstreetbets and short seller thrown around the past couple of days. It's been all over the news and for very good reason. Here's a quick overview of what's happening. First of all, I'm going to explain what a short seller is. A short seller is a person that buys stocks for other people at the benefit of themselves. People will go to a short seller with a share. The short seller then sells it at the current market price and hope that it drops in value so they can buy it back. They will then give the share to that person who gave them the money in the first place. And if they bought the share at a cheaper price, they take the money for it. For example, if a short seller is given a $10 share, they sell it at the current market price and then wait for that share to drop in value. Let's say the share drops to $5. They then buy the share at $5, give the share back to the original person and take the $5 profit. So there we have it. The original person gets their share that they wanted and the short seller profits from the change in share price. But at the moment, that is not what is happening. In the recent weeks, people have realised that 102% of the shares in GameStop, a company in America that sells games, were being short sold. Meaning more shares were being short sold than there were shares available. And sooner or later, a Reddit group called Wallstreetbets started giving this a lot of attention. Hundreds and thousands of people jumped on the hype train to buy GameStop, which drove the share price through the roof. Just over the past week, they have done over 500%. And there is no fundamental backing of why it's doing it. It is purely hype. All of the rich GameStop short sellers on Wall Street then had to pay a lot of money. Because if you remember from the explanation, they had to pay the difference in the change in the share price, whether it goes up or it goes down. Obviously, they're hoping for it to go down so they could buy it at a cheaper price. But if the share price goes up, they then have to pay it out of their own pocket. This is because they still own the original person the share. They can't take their money and not give them the service which they promised. And when that GameStop share price surged up by 1,000%, those short sellers were sitting there pooing themselves. The whole of Reddit was laughing. The whole of Discord was laughing. Memes have been made. History has been made. Diamond hands, baby, to the moon. GME. Now, in all seriousness, only buying this stock if you're willing to lose your money. We all know at some point this stock is going to come crashing down. It's just a matter of when. Nobody can predict it. People are calling a $1,000 price target. Some people are saying 5,000, which I highly doubt. But we've just got to see where it rides. But at the moment, we're at a bit of a standstill. Well, I say standstill. Today was mental. It was mental. When I say crazy, I'm talking 30% up, 30% down, all over the place. You don't know what's going to happen. That's why I'm staying well away from this stock. I ain't getting involved. So if you are putting money in, best of luck to you. Some people have made millions off of this, but some people have lost millions. But this is where the controversy comes in. Broker apps such as Trading212, Robinhood, Webull, you name it, all of them have been corrupt at the moment. On Wednesday, you couldn't log onto the app for the first hour of the market being open. That's the American market, by the way, which is insane. A whole hour missed on the most historical day of trading all year. Unless there's another crazy day some point in the year, I wouldn't put it past the stock market. Whether this closing of the market at the start of the trading hours and a little bit towards the end of the trading hours was controlled or due to server traffic, people are complaining. Every minute is crucial in the day of the stock market. People were losing out on thousands of pounds. Even the people that weren't invested in the hype stocks like GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, you name it, were still worried for their money. This is because you literally can't see what your money is doing in your account. People couldn't get into it at all. For argument's sake, I'm going to say it was server traffic, everyone trying to get on at the same time, even though they should have the servers capable to handle the amount of pressure because they have had issues in the past. I'm still going to say it was server traffic and they couldn't handle the amount of volume. After all, Robinhood was in the top 3 apps downloaded this week, along with Reddit, which is quite funny. Now, the real controversy is when they stopped people from being able to buy shares in AMC and GameStop. They claim it was to do with users' safety because it was so volatile and there was no fundamentals backing it up, blah blah blah. But I think it was just to stop the rich losing more money. This is a very common opinion and you can't blame anyone for thinking it. Capitalism at its finest. At the time of you watching this video, I don't know if you'll be allowed to buy GameStop shares yet, but while I'm recording, you're currently not allowed to. It's been happening all day. What happened to the free market? That's what I've got to say. So, couple of questions for anyone that is wondering. Number 1, have I bought any shares in GameStop? No. However, I was playing about with £100 in free funds just to test out what happened with the other stocks that were on the hype train, like BlackBerry, Nokia. What else was there? Oh, there was another stock called Naked. This sums it up to a T, right? They literally picked a random stock which was to do with like sex toys or whatever they do, and just thought it'd be funny to run it up. So yeah, I've been playing about with like £100 just to see what happens with it, but I'm 100% aware that I could lose that at any point. I'm trying my best to edit this video as quick as I can, but I've been working and it's quite a tight schedule. But while I've been looking at it, it has got a lot deeper than just the memes on Reddit. Like, at this point, it's more of sending a message to... Sorry, I need to look here. It's more of sending a message to the rich people on Wall Street, because it's kind of a rich versus poor. Well, not poor, but like average people like me, because they have been stealing from us for years with market manipulation, and as soon as we do it back to them, they start throwing a tantrum, want to put in regulations, and yeah, it's quite funny to see. So I'm holding it more for the sentimental issue now, because I did buy in GameStop, I only put £100 in them, but yeah, it's more of a sentimental thing now. It's not really fun and games, it's like, it's just to send a message. Question number 2, should you buy any shares in GameStop? Well, considering if you could actually buy more at the moment, I would definitely say no. As I know the majority of the people watching this video are people who have literally just started investing or might not invest at all. The last advice I would give at the moment, even though I'm not a professional, as I've stated before, is to buy shares in GameStop. They are so volatile, you can lose your money instantly, there's no fundamentals backing it up, and I haven't done any research to see their long-term growth, but prior to this event, there was no evidence backing it. Obviously, you can buy into whatever share you want to, but at the moment, if it's a stock which is on the hype train, you've got to be accepting that that money could go straight away. Number 3, what do I do with my current investments? All I'm doing is holding. I'm not doing anything. The best thing I could say would just be to hold your shares. That's what I'm doing. I'm seeing it through. When this event gets over with, everything will hopefully go back to normal. But there is some fear, which leads me on to question number 4. What does this mean for the future of the stock market? Well, who knows really, but it's quite dangerous. Obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, otherwise we'd all be millionaires by now. But with these current events, people now know that the power of the internet can power up any stock they choose. Obviously, there's a lot of factors which come into place, combining a little bit of luck with a little bit of, couple 100,000 people and no regulation. But it shows it is possible which is quite scary and funny at the same time. It depends what you're investing in. All I can assure for the future is that Reddit and Discord are going to have a lot more eyes on them. These two platforms were the big players in what's just happened. This is where most of the people were, most of the chats were spammed, and where most of the hype was built up. Stock market analysts, Wall Street brokers, you name it. Everybody's going to be paying attention to what happens on Reddit and Discord. I would not be surprised if there was legal intervention with these trading apps and, hype build-ups. Hopefully in a couple weeks' time, everything is back to normal again, because I really don't want my heart to be racing at 2:30 every day. All in all, what has happened over the past week with Wallstreetbets on Reddit and the stock market will go down in history. And hopefully the stock market can continue its natural progression upwards, slowly but surely, for the future. With all that being said, I hope I've explained it a little bit better for those who didn't really understand what was going on. It is a little bit crazy at the moment. Well, I say a little bit, it's very crazy at the moment. But yeah, best of luck to everyone in the future. Hope you stay safe. Make sure you check out the Bundle channel, link in the description, and Ben Bassam's channel as well, also link in the description. He's doing a very similar thing to me. Everyone's on the YouTube grind at the moment, you know how it is. We'll get there one day if you subscribe and press like. Now, but in all seriousness, stay safe, invest wisely, and I'll see you in a bit.